Who here read Harry Potter as a child? Yeah? Yeah? Time for a little nostalgia trip. This piece is called A Harry Hogwarts Holiday. Harry chose not to go home for the holidays. His two best friends, Basil and Maggie, also decided to stay at Hogwarts. I have some work I want to do in the library, Maggie sniffed when Harry tried to thank her. I have some business dealings with a leprechaun, Basil confessed. Maggie and Harry pretended not to hear him. When it came to Basil's business dealings, they had discovered the less they knew, the better. After dinner, Maggie disappeared in the library, Basil disappeared with his leprechaun, and Harry wandered around Hogwarts for a late evening walk. Can you all hear me? Yes? Okay. He was pondering whether bananas was superior to chewing gum when he looked up and found himself in an unfamiliar part of Hogwarts. This was not unusual. Hogwarts frequently rearranged itself. Harry took up his wand. Lumos. Under the pale wand light, Harry found himself in front of a room which seemed to beckon to him. He entered. The room was empty except for two mirrors. He walked up to them. He looked at his reflection. They looked at his reflection in the left mirror. It dissolved and reformed. Harry saw an older version of himself, a much, much older version of himself, who appeared to be dead. With a start, Harry realized he was watching his own funeral. It looked like a state funeral. Along with his family, it seemed like the entire nation was mourning him. Harry smiled. He had always sensed great things in his future. He was about to look in the other mirror when a voice behind him cautioned, "I would be careful if I were you, Harry." Harry spun around. "Professor Dumbledore!" The mirror you just looked into was a mirror of Erised, which shows you what you long for, Dumbledore continued, as if they were in the middle of a lesson. And the mirror on the right is the mirror of Yinitset, which shows you what will happen if you chase whatever you long for. Well, Harry replied after a brief pause, "I can't not look into it now." "As you wish." Dumbledore gestured the mirror of Yinitset. Harry inhaled sharply, then stepped in front of the mirror. Instantly, he was transported to another room. A woman with short hair who looked like Harry was screaming at a gray-haired man who also looked like Harry. "You are abusing his memory for political gain. You are a dishonorable son." "I do what I do to honor him," the man screeched back at her. "He wasn't even dead a week, and you sent your wife to take measurements all over the place." The woman, whom Harry decided must be his daughter, was apoplectic with rage. "That was dog's body work." The gray-haired man, who could only be Harry's son and the short-haired woman's brother, was equally furious. "You're only doing this because you think I won't sue." "Our court system is very pliant," a young man murmured out of the corner of the room. Harry turned to him and realized, with a start, he was staring at his own grandson. Harry's beleaguered gray-haired son swung towards the young man and spat at him. "If you ever comment about this, I will make sure you are served a court order of 1,300 pages. Wait, more than 1,300 pages of dry, unreadable legalese." "Yes, Uncle," the young man rolled his eyes. "I think that's enough." Harry felt Dumbledore's hand on his shoulder. When he turned around, they were back in Hogwarts. "That is heartbreaking," Harry gasped. "All of them fighting like they hate each other. What are they arguing about?" Dumbledore looked at him for a moment, then answered. "They appeared to be fighting over a house, Harry. Now, it's time for bed." Harry stumbled back to his dormitory in the Slytherin dungeons. It's funny because it's true. His mind filled with thoughts of a tainted legacy, but not for nothing was he widely considered the smartest wizard of his year. By the time he had brushed his teeth, washed his face, and was standing in front of the foot of his four-poster bed, he had come up with a solution. "I won't teach them magic," he said to himself. "They really might kill each other otherwise." He got under the covers, plunked his head on the pillow, and stared at the canopy. "And I'll put it in my will that I want the house demolished," he thought. "This way, there'll be no house for them to fight over." Reassured by his superior problem-solving skills, Harry closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep. The end. Don't we all love a happy ending? One more second.